You don't need thousands, 100,000 views in order to make sales. What's up, my beautiful entrepreneurs? A product launch can be a real struggle, and I know mine was. If you haven't seen that video, I have it linked right here, but the product launch was a disaster, and if I knew that these strategies, I feel like it would have really helped me be more successful in my product launch. So in today's video, I'm going to share 4 strategies that I think will really help you in your product launch to really make it more successful. And make sure you stick to the end of the video because I have a great bonus tip. Let's not waste any more time. Let's get right into the video. Now, one thing I really want you to do is to figure out your first product first. Figure out the right product first. When it comes to your products, you want to have a safe product, a medium product, and a passion project. When I first came out, I came out with 3 scents that people were not familiar with. It was during the fall season, so I was trying to come up with like Thanksgiving themed scents, and no one bought those products. It really dropped down my sales because people weren't familiar with those scents and they didn't care to purchase them. And when I finally came out with vanilla, that's when people were really excited. That's become my best seller yet on my website, and it was really bad because I ended up having to heavily discount those 3 scents because people weren't interested in them, and just to get rid of them, I was able to just discount them. But you want to have scents that you come out with that people are familiar with. So you want to think about your safe products, which is going to be things that people are already familiar with. So vanilla, strawberry, lavender, unscented is also something that you can do as well. These are things that people are already familiar with. Then you want to have a medium product, something that people are familiar with, but they may not buy on an everyday basis, but they're willing to give it a try. And that can be anything from like strawberries and cream, that can be pound cake, or berry bliss, or something that people are familiar with, but they may be willing to actually try. And then you want to have a passion project, something that is really familiar to you and you just want to be creative and come out with, but it may not be something that people are familiar with, but it's something that you love, a scent that you really want to get out there and be creative with. I did that with one of my products, and that was the Allure, and I have the body butter, body scrub, and body oil in that scent, and it was a scent that just reminded me of childhood. I put a little spin on it to adultify it a little bit, but it was a scent that was really passionate for me, something that I personally loved, and I just wanted to put it out there. And it's actually one of another top seller that I have, and it's just something that I thought was fun to put out there and just be creative of my own. So have something that you are really creative with, that is something that reminds you of your childhood or reminds you of a particular scent that makes you happy and that you want to put out there for people to be able to try. Something that's really important is market research. You want to see what worked and what didn't work for bigger companies, because a lot of times if you pay attention to their websites, the scents that didn't do so well are the ones that are heavily discounted, and that can really help to deter you from making a particular scent that people aren't familiar with or that people don't like. And if you see that on several different brands, then that tells you maybe you shouldn't touch that scent. There was a particular big brand that made gingerbread body butters and scrubs and oils, and I was really excited to make gingerbread, but I realized that they did not sell well with that scent. They had it heavily discounted. They still have it discounted on their website today, and this was something that they came out with in the fall. So by doing that, I was able to not make those scents because I knew that it was something that people didn't particularly like. Now, it's really important to focus your launch on 2 platforms. Now, I noticed that a lot of body butter companies and skincare companies pop up. And one thing that I realized is that they have several social medias. They're on Twitter, they're on Facebook, they're on Instagram, they're on TikTok. And that's a lot to handle as just one person running a business. And I realized that after a few months, they kind of drop off, they're resting, they don't want to continue leave the business because they realize that it's so much work that they're putting into every single one. And when you have so much energy going into several things, you're not going to really be good at any of them. You want to focus on 2 platforms. Now, that whether that's TikTok and Instagram, or Instagram and Twitter, or you're doing Instagram and YouTube, focus on those 2. Make really good content for both of those platforms, and that will really help to market your products and really get your voice out there. You want to make sure that you're focusing on those 2 platforms and really creating great content to get people to pay attention to your products. You don't want to have yourself spread too thin against so many platforms that you're not focusing and really making actual excellent content for your consumers. Now, I had someone DM me, and she was, just asking me questions because she's getting ready to launch her business, and she was really excited, and it was really awesome to be able to speak with her. And when I was asking her how many products she was making, she made about 20 of each of her products. She had 3 to 4 variations of that. So she had the body butter, scrubs, and oils, and she made about 20 of everything. And when you're launching, you don't want to have that much product to work with, because say it doesn't all, sell out, or say it doesn't sell at all, and say that's something that doesn't do well, and now you have 20 products. What are you going to do? That's a waste of inventory. Now, what I suggest is that you make around 5 to 6 of every variation that you have. So that way, when you go on your website, you can say that you have about 20% more of that, so that it's easy for you to make another batch to sell to the people that may have sold out that particular variation. You want to make sure that you don't have too many of those products, because then now it's just sitting there, and that was a waste of inventory that you could have put towards another scent that actually did well, or just for your other products in general. But now you have wasted inventory in all of these scents and all of these variations, and you can't do anything with it. And it's just really disappointing, because she ended up, quitting on her business and shut down. And now she has all those products that she has wasted, and she's not able to start her business. I hope that she decides to, give it another try and really put, some more effort into actually starting her business. But when it comes to those products, you want to make sure that you just make enough to do a launch and not have excess amount of products. Now for the bonus tip. You don't need thousands, 100,000 views in order to make sales. When I started out, I was making 300 to 400 views, and I was still making 3 to 4, sales off of that, one reel or that one post. Because when people are seeing all of your social media, and they're seeing your reels and they're seeing your advertisement, that's what makes them want to purchase. And when you know your target audience, the views don't really matter. You need to know who your target audience is, who you are wanting to buy your products, and you will get sales because you know who to market to and how to get to them. Now, if you're struggling to find your target audience, click on this video here, where I'll share tips on how to find your target audience so that you can make more sales on your Instagram and TikTok.